Welcome to the Bare Metal Cyber Security Plus podcast. This series helps you prepare for the CompTIA Security Plus exam with focused explanations and practical context. For a companion study guide, check out the Achieve CompTIA Security Plus 701 Exam Success by Dr. Jason Edwards. It is the most concise and complete Security Plus guide on the market, built for busy professionals who want to pass the exam fast and on their first try. You can find this book and others at cyberauthor.me. It's not enough to monitor your network. You also have to control who can connect to it and how their devices behave once they're inside. Modern cybersecurity involves more than protecting systems from the outside. It requires you to manage endpoints, evaluate trust, and enforce policies every time a device attempts to connect. In this episode, we examine two powerful technologies that do just that: Network Access Control, also known as NAC, and Endpoint Detection and Response systems, including EDR and XDR platforms. Let's begin with Network Access Control. NAC is a security solution that controls how devices are allowed to connect to a network. It ensures that only authorized, compliant, and trusted devices can access internal resources. Think of NAC as a digital equivalent of a security checkpoint. Before a device gets on the network, it has to prove who it is and whether it meets policy requirements. NAC systems evaluate a device's identity, health, and posture before granting access. This can include verifying the user's credentials, checking if antivirus software is running, confirming that patches are up to date, or ensuring the device is not jailbroken or rooted. Based on the evaluation, the NAC system can allow, deny, or restrict access to specific network segments. Let's walk through a real-world example. A university implements NAC to manage access to its internal systems. When a student connects a laptop to campus Wi-Fi, the NAC system checks the device for required security updates and active antivirus software. If the system passes the check, it's allowed full access to student portals and online learning tools. If it fails, the device is redirected to a remediation network where it can update its software before reconnecting. This approach protects the campus network from unpatched or risky devices. NAC can be deployed in multiple ways. One method is using 802.1x port-based authentication, which controls access at the switch or wireless access point level. Another method involves inline gateways or virtual private network integrations that inspect traffic and apply access policies. Some NAC systems are agent-based, requiring software on the endpoint, while others are agentless and rely on network traffic analysis. NAC also supports segmentation. For instance, guest devices can be placed on a separate virtual local area network with limited internet access, while corporate laptops receive access to internal applications. This limits lateral movement and enforces the principle of least privilege. Now let's turn to Endpoint Detection and Response, often abbreviated as EDR. While traditional antivirus tools focus on blocking known malware, EDR platforms take a broader approach. They continuously monitor endpoint activity, collect telemetry data, and use analytics to detect signs of compromise, even from unknown threats. EDR tools track behaviors such as process execution, file modifications, registry changes, and network connections. When suspicious activity is detected, like an unsigned binary attempting to escalate privileges, the EDR system generates an alert, logs the event, and often takes automated action. This might include isolating the endpoint, killing the malicious process, or rolling back unauthorized changes. Let's walk through another real-world example. A financial services company deploys EDR across its employee laptops. One afternoon, a user unknowingly downloads a malicious attachment. The file runs a script that attempts to disable security tools and connect to an external command and control server. The EDR platform detects the unusual process behavior, isolates the device from the network, and alerts the security operations team. Because the attack was identified and contained quickly, no data was exfiltrated. EDR platforms also support investigation and forensics. They allow analysts to trace the full timeline of an incident, from initial access to lateral movement, by replaying logs and correlating events. This helps identify root causes, detect affected devices, and guide remediation efforts. Extended Detection and Response, or XDR, builds on this concept. While EDR focuses on endpoints, XDR expands visibility across email, cloud platforms, identity providers, and network infrastructure. It centralizes data, applies analytics across systems, and provides a unified dashboard for detection and response. This holistic view helps teams respond to complex, multi-stage attacks that span multiple systems. XDR is especially valuable for organizations facing advanced persistent threats or operating in hybrid environments. It helps reduce alert fatigue by correlating data from multiple sources and presenting analysts with high-confidence alerts. However, to be effective, EDR and XDR systems require proper deployment, tuning, and response planning. Endpoint agents must be installed, updated, and protected. Detection rules must be reviewed to balance sensitivity and accuracy. Response playbooks should define how to handle alerts, who investigates, who isolates, and who communicates with affected users. Both NAC and EDR work best when integrated into a broader security architecture. For example, NAC can feed device health data into your security information and event management system, allowing for correlation with other events. EDR can integrate with vulnerability scanners, incident response tools, and threat intelligence platforms, improving speed and accuracy in detection. To summarize, network access control and endpoint detection and response give organizations powerful tools to manage device access and monitor for threats. NAC ensures that only trusted, compliant systems can connect to the network, reducing risk from rogue devices or unpatched endpoints. EDR monitors those endpoints continuously, detecting abnormal behavior and stopping attacks in progress. When extended with XDR, these capabilities scale across the entire environment, providing unified threat visibility and faster incident response. For the Security Plus exam, expect to see questions about what NAC does, how it enforces access policies, and what EDR and XDR tools provide in terms of endpoint security. You may encounter scenarios where you must identify the best response to a suspicious process or recommend a way to isolate a compromised device. Review terms like posture check, network quarantine, process telemetry, real-time response, and cross-domain analytics. They're all fair game. Thanks for joining us for this episode of the Bare Metal Cybersecurity Plus podcast. For more episodes, tools, and study support, visit us at baremetalcyber.com. And before you take the test, make sure to check out the practice questions in the book Achieve CompTIA Security Plus SY0-701 Exam Success by Dr. Jason Edwards. They cover every domain and are a powerful way to lock in your knowledge.